What is your black and white? Meaning, what is your right and wrong? And I suppose more importantly, does it say consistent? One can find themselves in others, in their self by way of others, in a state of confusion by way of a blurring of black and white. That's that gray area. If your black and white is, it is wrong to kill, and yet you find a way to make a right, you find a justification for it, then you have blurred the lines. You have created a gray area. Thou shalt not kill unless one is being killed as punishment for the fact that they killed someone. The black and white. This is always black. This is always black. Except when it's here that has white. There's that gray area. And we often speak of that gray area being a confusing area. But is it necessary? And does it speak to the lack of validity in the fact that there is this gray area? Black and white. If it is right, it is right. If it is wrong, it is wrong. And there can be no that is right other than when it's wrong here. And can be no wrong except when it's right here. My question is, does one naturally find themselves falling into this area by way of the nature of things? For when one speaks of their God and speaks of religion, and they speak of the tenets of their religion and the way of their God, does one find themselves in black and white? If you find yourselves in the area of that gray area, then you are finding yourself in a state of confusion. And if it appears to be inherent within your God, within your religion, that there exists this gray, then one must question the validity by way of the truth is we rarely accept that the gray area is a fuzzy area. It's black and there's white. There's right and there's wrong. There is no in between other than when there's not truly a right or truly a wrong. And it's only by way of the creation of saying that something is right and saying that something is wrong and believing such, but the truth is that there is no inherent value of such. And once you seek to create this value that is not inherently within these things, it has to become gray. Does your God, does your religion paint in strokes of gray? There's black and there's white. For truth, there is no gray area. We're speaking of truth itself. Truth is, and truth is. And that which is not truth is not. It is black, and it is white. Truth is good at all times. At all times. Thus, conversely, that which is not truth is bad. That which goes counter to truth is bad. At all times. At all times. A lie, which is the adversary to truth, is bad at all times. It is black and it is white. There is no gray. And that shows the inherency of the good within truth. Because it is not painted in gray. And what one should find when they are serving the true God, the true, right, and just God, the true God which brings salvation, is that those strokes of gray are only indicative of our flaw. It is not God, it is not us. If we find ourselves making excuses for God, because God's way, because what God has done, because God has said something, but then said something counter or acted counter to what he has said, the contradiction, the hypocrisy, he starts painting with the strokes of gray. Then the truth is, the truth may be, I maintain the truth is that it is not God. It's black and white. The flaw should only come by way of yourself, not by way of your God. By way of the shortcomings and the failings of leaning on what I have appeared in my ability to judge as right and wrong, as I look at the world thinks, as I look and I contrast and I compare and I hold up one thing to another, and I seek the value of one thing or another, truth maintains. It's no gray, it's black, and it's white. And any time a gray may come in is because it's only because of my own painting. Because I've got my own brush and those strokes of gray. It is only a showing of my own shortcoming that may exist, but not God, because God is perfect. God is without flaw. God is without error. God does not contradict. You do not find God in a state of hypocrisy. You do not find yourself in a way of confusion by way of following this God. Once again, it is only that God that speaks to your state of mind and confusion. It is only because of your mind that there's confusion. God keeps it simple. Black and white. There's truth. There's that which is not truth. It is so simple for us. It's black and white. There's truth. And there's that which is not truth. There's God, and there's that which is not God, and it is God which speaks to that which it is not God. It is truth, and it is truth but speaks to that which is not truth. It's black, and it's white. How deep and vast does your color palette